I'm Marcus Richardson.
And I'm Nathan Hicken.
And holy cow, Nathan, that was incredible. So intricately weaved.
Welcome.
And mind-boggling. And so many fairy tales. All right, so there's a lot of fairy tale media out there. I don't think I've ever listened to, seen, or participated in something that has piqued my interest about so many fairy tales that I've never heard of before. Like other ones, I recognize the fairy tales and stuff, but this one I'm like, what the heck is a sausage doing here? Or I don't know, just any number of these like crazy fairy tales.
I mean, only the most iconic fairy tale characters I chose to have appear in here, obviously. And if nothing else, I'm glad I could introduce the world to some wider array of obscure fairy tales and nursery rhymes. So,
yeah, different people try to do their own spin on fairy tales and nursery rhymes. I felt like your spin was to use absolutely everything you could and say no to nothing and try to make it all cohesive. So,
exactly. If there's a fun, cool idea, if there's a fun character that fits here, I mean, we're going for it.
Which I should tell the listener that after we completed the final episode, you sent me a Jamboard online that is like the red string Charlie Day meme. All of the characters of this exhibit, there are over 40, like so many, and it had connections between all of them. Like, this is distant relative of so-and-so. This is killer of so-and-so pretending to be such and so. Like, absolutely mind-boggling, the amount of complexity going on behind the scenes.
Yes, it is truly a red string conspiracy board with just nursery rhyme themes. So we might we might throw it in the Discord at some point, or at least a screenshot of it so people can see once the episode drops. But yeah. I just wanted to take a peek into my madness.
Well, speaking of your madness, I would love to dive into some of the details that were lost on me or, I didn't discover. Maybe I'll start with a few questions that have plagued me.
Yeah.
First
okay.
and most importantly, there was this little pig that went to market, this little pig that went home, this little pig that ate roast beef. Where was the little pig that went wee 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 all the way home?
Wee wee all the way home. Wee wee wee. Haver canonically will go wee 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 all the way home later in the evening. We did not see that. And then little piggy who has none could be either of the other pigs. But I'm glad that you picked up on the pigs also being the other kind of pigs. That's something I liked playing with this in this exhibit, where people can be multiple people. That's like the seed of this, is that not one character is not just one character. And I wanted to set that up with like Little Boy Blue at the beginning, where you're not just Little Boy Blue, you're the boy who cried wolf as well. Like, there's so many intermeshings between that. So, and that comes back to play with Jack at the end. But yeah.
Yeah, Jack, who is two Jacks, and of course Mother Goose, who is also Baba Yaga.
Yeah. Baba Yaga and Mother Goose, that just like, I don't know, it felt like it was a match made in murder mystery heaven. Because like Baba Yaga, this creepy old woman who rides around on a chicken house and is like creepy and weird, plus this nursery rhyme character who's also because Baba, I believe, means like mother or something like that, and like it means like mother. It's some like mother bird something, I think. Maybe not, but it's mother something. And then just, I don't know. It felt right, which I love.
Yeah, I don't think we've had an exhibit, I guess, besides Melanoy, a character that's been so present throughout and so like kind of creepy sinister as Mother Goose. Like everyone's afraid of her from beginning to end. It was really interesting.
Yeah, Mother Goose. I had a lot of fun with that. Yeah, she was kind of like a Adelaide of the woods from Over the Garden Wall.
Yeah.
Strings everywhere.
Another question, was there anything significant to the rose specifically being the way to disrupt Baba Yaga's plans?
That was just a reference from Beauty and the Beast. I chose the rose because it represents the beast's soul and his purity in that story, and I also wanted to represent Baba Yaga's pure soul. That's the part of her that she gave up when she stopped the drought forever ago, and she killed the Swan Princess. She gave up this part of her soul, this rose, the good parts and some of the ugly parts. But yeah, so that was just symbolism, nothing crazy.
Oh, that's cool. Georgie Porgy, I don't assume there's anything especially up with him. I think he was just weird, but like I was wondering if maybe you could read through that poem he says and maybe explain what it means.
Yeah, okay, so Georgie Porgy headcanon has drunk from the wishing well, and that's why he's like
Ooh.
spookified. So let me pull up. I wrote a lot because with this is just a peek behind the curtain. With rhyming characters, sometimes I'll be able to have an answer on the fly, but it usually ends up with me writing about 2 or 3 pages of rhyming stuff that can be used should the occasion arise, or if I can twist it into the proper context. So
that's crazy.
Okay, hold on. You're talking about the little locks shoes are gone?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Little locks shoes are gone, hair aplenty, a sister brawn. Okay. I guess I'll just break it down. Little locks shoes are gone. So little is little boy blue, locks is Goldilocks, shoes are gone, that's Cinderella. Hair aplenty, that's Rapunzel, a sister brawn, that's Gretel. A little one who left the flock, that's referring to Bernard. Golden feathers at midnight's clock, that is the golden goose and the last midnight. When someone falls, many die. When the giant falls, a lot of people get crushed. Will you ensure a good goodbye? That's just where you gotta figure it out. Mother goose above turned her golden 'cause of love. So this is getting into some lore bits. Mother Goose is called Mother Goose because she turned her daughter into a goose because her daughter was dying. So gained some magic, paid a price. The daughter lost once, 1 plus thrice. There's 4 daughters in this story who, in this exhibit, who die. I believe it's Jill, the Swan Princess, or lost, the Golden Goose, and then Cinderella. The Swan Princess and the Golden Goose are Odette and Odile, taken from Swan Lake. So in this case, Mother Goose also represents Rothbart, and her daughter is the juxtaposition, the antithesis to the Swan Princess. So that's why it's Odette Odile. Thus.
Wow.
Yeah, the first was thrown a long time ago. That's Jill. The second shot with the golden bow. That's the Swan Princess. That's Odette. Third would change never to die. That's the Golden Goose. That's Odile. Last choked, whose time is nigh. That was Cinderella. So those are the people who died before this exhibit started, and you saved one of them. So fantastic. This first part of the poem brings
two of them, right?
Oh, go for it. Yeah. Yes, and you save the Golden Goose as well. So, yeah. This poem brings up another point in that some of the things that I showed some restraint, Marcus. And believe it or not, I did cut some things. When I was trimming this, I trimmed a loop out. So, that's something. I did trim some characters out as well. I merged some characters. Mary, and Miss Muffet were initially separate characters. I took out Chicken Little and the Three Blind Mice and the mouse that runs up the clock. Those shall be saved for another day. But
Okay.
oh yes, just you wait. I have ideas. With the something I want to talk about was with the birds. So birds were a common theme I wanted to have across this exhibit. There's a lot of characters that are bird related, and what I wanted to convey with that is everyone who is a bird actually isn't a bird. Everyone who is a bird has been changed into a bird by Mother Goose.
Including Ducky, then.
Including Ducky. Ducky has met Mother Goose. Ducky is a duck because of Mother Goose. He just happens to like his duck form. But yeah, so that's also why some characters aren't. That's why like Chicken Little isn't in here. I mean, one of the reasons, besides just being too many. But the ravens were changed into ravens by Mother Goose. The Swan Princess wasn't always a swan. Golden Goose was changed into a goose by Mother Goose because she has transformation-esque powers, things like that. But yeah. Anyway, just a fun little Easter egg. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah. Another question I had is, so the big bad wolf is in the sheep disguise. Is that the same wolf that was found that I offered cookies to?
That is, and he's still expecting cookies. Big bad wolf, Mr. Wolf, Mr. B Wolf. The B is initially stands for Bernard, which is why he's B Wolf. So thus, and then the nickname just became Big Bad Wolf. So
nice.
Yeah.
And what was the purpose of the bean bomb?
Okay. So initially, the plan was to set a distraction so that Bernard...
I get it now. Oh my gosh. Of course. Of course. Okay, that's why the distraction didn't go off. I felt so lost when they were talking about, I don't know why my distraction didn't go off.
Yeah, so they're trying to draw attention away from the castle and away from what they're doing. They did not intend to kill Humpty Dumpty. So that was an accident.
That was collateral.
And the wolf planted the bean bomb in a time in which he knew that the pigs wouldn't be home. He knew that Brixton always went to poker night with the sheriff. He knew that the others would be gone. So he wasn't trying to kill them, but he could also take out their illegal fairy dust ring at the same time. So
I see. Wow, so the explosion did connect to the bigger plot. I was like, that's just some side crime.
just for kicks.
Yeah. It makes a lot more sense why there is an explosion, and then another thing, and then a giant falls from the sky. It's because it's all kind of in response to each other.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, the fairy dust. So fairy dusting is highly legal. It's a very strong narcotic. Fairy dust was what Haver was in the castle for. She was delivering fairy dust to Mama Bear, who works for Mother Goose. That's when you got dusted as Cinderella. And then when you found Cinderella's body, the golden dust in her hair was indeed fairy dust from that. There you go.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What was go ahead.
I was just gonna say I kind of planned this exhibit with each character like how we wrote our Super Smash Bros. Murder Mystery, where everyone has a reason to be where they're at and what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. So what was Rumpelstiltskin's deal?
Okay, Rumple does work for Mother Goose, but he thought he could double cross Mother Goose. He was the one who brought her the bracelets as a present, and he was also the one who enchanted the beans. He made the magic beans. He's really
Right.
good at enchanting objects. He's not necessarily a wizard, but he can enchant things like that. So thus, but they usually come in pairs, hence the good luck, bad luck symbolism thing. And I wanted you to give you a chance to save Cinderella if you so felt like you needed to. So, basically, Rumpel was then going to sell information to the highest bidder, who he thought would be Red. Mother Goose finds out that he sold her out, which is when Red enacts the plan, and when also Mother Goose calls on Mama Bear, the huntsman, to silence Rumpel. Yeah.
Gotcha. So Rumpelstiltskin lived in the castle then.
He was visiting.
Oh,
so,
okay.
But he'd been there for a hot second. So
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. What else? I'm missing? What else is beneath the surface?
Let's see. Oh, the juniper tree that is taken from an actual fairy tale, which is really sad from what I remember, about someone who dies and is buried in the juniper tree, and they're like spirits like stuck in the tree. So that is Jill's spirit. That's why Jacques is the woodsman, because he took up his sister's role as the woodsman. I thought that was a nice little thing. Jacques in my head is basically Klaus from the movie.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's why all the juniper things that he carves. Thus, Jacques, I knew from the beginning that was going to be Jack, and I just wanted a fun little distraction.
So Jacques, could you have called him Jacques? Is it like the French form of Jack, or you'd wanted something similar to it?
Well, Jacques is his nickname, and so I wanted something that meant that fit with his character, and then was also a nod to his original name, Jack. Jack and Jill, their story was the impetus for this whole exhibit. I built this around them, where I wanted the Jack and the Beanstalk to be the same Jack and Jill, where when Jack and Jill fell down, they weren't just fell down, they were thrown down by giants. So Jack is trying to enact his revenge on the giants. That's kind of where everything else was built around that.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. That was one of my favorite moments, was the payoff with the ram's horn, or the horn giving the story to me at the time that I needed it. That was a very cool interconnection between the different parts.
Yay! And astute listeners will notice that's the story that's been being told at the end of each episode. So
yeah,
I thought that'd be fun.
Another part I really liked. I liked how the notes were mine to myself. It's such a it's such a, I don't want to say cliched thing, but still surprised me. I was like, oh, of course, the notes could be from me. It's all timey-wimey.
If we're gonna play with time loops, we gotta have some past and present interaction. That's something I wanted to play with a little bit.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
Exhibit.
It was so satisfying to say, bring a bread roll to myself, have it be given to me, and then have it be offered because I'm in an earlier spot. Like, that felt so cool. Oh, and of course, shout out to Jared for editing in my conversation with myself, literally.
Oh my gosh. Yes. That was incredible.
It's, obviously we can't really time travel in real life. So it's cool when you can do something in a podcast where it's all improv. I don't know what's going to happen next for me. And we can still have moments that feel like it's time looped in on itself. So, big fan. That was super cool.
Heck yeah. Speaking of time loops, so with this exhibit, because of all the time loops and stuff, it took a lot of note taking. I don't know. That's part of the reason that I wrote some notes for you to keep track of who you'd already talked to in each loop, what questions had arose and things like that. But I counted out my notes for this exhibit. I kept them in, each loop has its own Google Doc, and then I have a master Google Doc with how the timelines are converging and things like that. Do you want to guess how many pages total
Well,
it ended up being?
considering the notes that you gave me are 10 pages, I can only assume that you're at like 80. What are you at?
172.
My gosh. And that's like outline stuff? Like that's not, oh my gosh.
That's yep. This is why one of the reasons this took many months to record, many months to plan, and here we are at the end of all things.
Compared to your stuff for Aurelius Whitlock's Murder Museum, my stuff is going to look like Mr. Wiggles' little party.
I enjoy Mr. Wiggles' little party. That is a great thing, and quantity does not necessarily entail quality.
But
I just did not realize how many.
You got quality and quantity.
I appreciate it. I had no idea how many notes I had taken until I totaled it up after the last recording session we did.
Wow.
So,
yeah, you fit in several fun riddles in there too that forwarded the story. That was fun. I'm often a fan of your cutscenes. They usually have some really fun character moments in them. So, yeah, this exhibit had it all. It was
I'm glad.
Remarkable.
I had a lot of fun. I liked playing with different formats too. That's one of the reasons that I wanted to do the quiz in here. I wanted to find some way to incorporate trivia and to have different kinds of puzzles than we've done in the past. So that's I wanted to experiment a little bit. So I'm quite proud of the archery contest.
I thought it was incredible. Yeah, that was a highlight for me. I thought it worked really well. It was a mini game within a game.
And you did great. You didn't have to win, and I was very impressed. So you played against real people. Real stakes were on the line. That transformation potion or charm. Yeah.
So the transformation potion, its more or less intended purpose was to do what I did with it, right? To get past the Raven.
Yeah.
So there would have been a way to buy that in the case that I did.
The person who would have won it would have been Prince Charming, who came in second place. There would have been an opportunity to acquire.
I was in his room at one point, so.
Mm-hmm. And, you could always use your grim charm to get it off him, but,
Yeah, sure. It was fun. I don't know even what else to, untease. I'm sure that there are dozens of other little details all along the way.
Yeah, if anyone has any questions in the Discord, feel free to throw them our way. We'll see if I can remember the answers. But yeah, I did want to talk a little bit about the inspiration for this exhibit because it's ever since the last time loop, I wanted to find a way to test to figure out a way we could do an exhibit where the loops are happening at the same time. Mm-hmm. Because I thought that would be fun. Again, the interaction between the past and the present and what you're doing matters. So you can split up the job of saving everyone between your different selves. You don't have to save everyone in the same loop. That means things can happen simultaneously, which I really like. So things can be literally blowing up, but you can be saving someone in this loop. You can be chatting with an Italian sausage in the other loop, and it's all good. It all works. So 7.5 Deaths, once again, a big inspiration. Plus, Into the Woods. Obviously, The Last Midnight is from Into the Woods. And I really like the idea of all these different fairy tale characters you didn't realize were connected coming together. But yeah, we grew up a lot on fairy tales in my family and nursery rhymes. And this was a lovely chance to show off all my knowledge and all the fairy tales suffering I've had thrust upon me. Not suffering, but yeah.
Wow. Well, yeah, you made something uniquely yours, like no one else could have made exactly what you made here. So I'm honored that I got to experience it, and I hope people enjoyed it as much as I did. It was so cool.
Yay! I think I counted, and there's like 37 important fairy tales and nursery rhymes that are in this. There's
Wow.
small references other places, but yeah.
Yeah, it made it interesting to figure out if there was ever some like external information that would help me out. Like at the beginning, I felt so smart to figure out that I was Little Boy Blue, but then it just kept on getting more and more. Like I didn't know that Baba Yaga was in a chicken-footed castle or a chicken-footed house. So I learned that from this and from what I've seen since then. There are a number of fairy tales that I feel like I could have done even better or had even clearer motivation if I had known them. So that also is fun, I think, for the observant listener to figure out.
Yeah, people. I did see some people catching some stuff in the Discord at the beginning. Like, there's the one fairy's curse story where the spilling jewels or pearls out of your mouth that comes from a fairy tale retelling by Gail Carson Levine. It might be a retelling. It might just be original. I'm not sure, but yeah. Thus.
Well, are you ready to switch back to being a detective after being a very storyteller?
I am so excited, Marcus. I have been ready for months. This exhibit started planning this in like September, and now we finished recording it here. Sorry, listeners, if this is Peek Behind the Curtain in April, and it's gonna probably go until May. I am very ready to step back into my detective shoes.
Nice. Well, you shall. Soon enough, you shall.
Do you have a tease for us?
I don't know what kind of teases are good, but I'll tell the listener that this next exhibit, may not be for Nathan. It might be for Ducky.
I'm so excited. Genuinely so excited. That means I have to nail down this accent. But hopefully it'll be easier without 40 other characters to think about in my head.
Yeah, hopefully. And I mean, you don't need the accent for pontificating to yourself or whatnot. So I think it'll be good.
Yes. It'll be great.
Well, let's call it there. Thank you again, Nathan. That was a lot of fun.
Thank you for walking through this fairy tale nursery rhyme purgatory with me, Marcus. I really enjoyed this journey. And thank you, listeners, for putting up with us as well.
Yeah. Thanks to everyone who's kept up. Like this, it was a lot and a lot of details, and you guys listened through all of it. That's so cool.
Very, very impressive.
Okay. Well, chat later.
Until next time.
Goodbye.